Oh, to be a spring man, bouncing without a care in the world, in his lane, flourishing, having the time of his life in a gift shop that's frankly just out to kill anybody who wanders into it. If only I could be that joyous. I'm sure these are the inner thoughts of Megaman as he wanders through this interesting tchotchke shop. Hey, welcome back to my MaGMML3 blind playthrough, where last time I went through some frankly irritating levels in this gift shop tier here, from levels that are cute and well artistically designed, but then just throw way too much at the player and lose focus at the end, to levels that just have you memorizing telephone numbers and flipping behind invisible gravity gimmicks. I don't know. I don't know what's up either. But today, we're going to start off with level 125. Water level, ice level, by floating clouds. Why? Why is like every level in tier 5 been a skip-worthy level so far? This is not good. The level's too twisty, the level's too cold, the level's too buggy. Oh, where's the gold? Just something from my scratch pad. I was inspired by this stage, and it's hard to find tokens. So many paths, so many switches to flip on and off, so many steps need to retrace. Lost your way several times. Okay, well, it looks like we have another Great Maze level to navigate. Sequence-breaking posers. This level doesn't account for clever use of Magnet Beam and Ice Wall. Well, I mean, I wish you wouldn't have told me that. I would have liked to have done it and, you know, felt special on my own. But passing the intended solution for some sections can lead to glitches that make the level even harder to navigate. Ooh. Well, I like difficulty, so let's go. Alright. Oh. Thanks. Thanks. That's a rude way to teach you not to go left. Too bad that I don't learn. Let's see here. No, that obviously wasn't it. I don't think Rush Jet transitions through screens either. Yeah, right, fine. I'll go through the normal way. Well, happy to actually be here this week. I'm sorry to anybody who was looking forward to a Tuesday stream. I really wanted to do it, but for some reason, I came home from work and I was extremely ill as hell. And there was no way I was actually going to be fit to stream. It would have just been a pretty sad experience for all. So I decided that even though it's kind of a small streamer poison, it was best to just postpone until this week. Which, you know, overall, it was a good idea because I was feeling very tired and just not in my zone on last Tuesday. So, now I'm actually feeling much better. I really am not too sure what happened to me, to be quite honest. I know that there was a little listeria outbreak problem that happened on the East Coast recently. I might have been victim to that, because I was definitely feeling a lot of the symptoms that were reported on that. But, you know, I powered through. I'm still here. I'm okay. To some people's chagrin, I'm sure, but... yeah. So, happy to be here now. Even if that means more Oh, okay, that is not clearly background tiles. Even if it means more Mega Man levels that just absolutely confuse me and send me back into a coma. Okay, I mean, that... I was about to say, that was kind of neat to have the flower freeze you in place, but then I realized, wait a minute, that doesn't do anything. It just does less damage than the typical flower would, so... Not the strongest design concept there. Also deciding to use one of the, like, community, least favorite community bosses out there, just because it takes so long to kill. Another interesting choice. Also, I finally just noticed that for some reason a lot of the water doesn't seem to have a splashing. Oh, you're noisy. All right, it gave me an it gave me an XLR in game to play with. Of course, I'm going to do so. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is there anything to do? What does it do? It's not clear. It just makes a noise whenever I go past it. Is the purpose to actually just be a noisemaker? Or is there something I'm supposed to get from it? I guess I'll throw myself down a pit to find out. Or to the bottom of the ocean, I guess? Okay, sure. I don't think Mega Man was designed for undersea exploration, but I guess, well, Mega Man pushes his limits on a lot of things. Okay. I guess I've never seen... These have to be a modification in some way, because I'm pretty sure, you know, those are supposed to, like, go down after a period of time, not just permanently stay up. Yeah, and they're not supposed to be fully solid like that. Okay, that was a... Thematically, or artistically, it makes sense to turn those into, like, a solid wall you can't go past, but thematically, it's just confusing. Let's see. Anything else about my week besides the fact that I was just... Ew. I was kind of grossly ill for a while. Let's see here. I mean, I like to cook food on the weekends. I'm a home cook. One of my favorite things to do. I still have no idea what that switch does. I made some pulled pork sandwiches. I'm not jumping that. I made some pulled pork sandwiches on Sunday, and they were quite good. I kind of did a combination of a couple different Asian flavors, basically. East Asian flavors. I went with just kind of a recipe online, but tweaked it a little bit to what I had. Mostly like a Chinese 5-spice blend, along with some ginger, garlic, and like 2 whole leeks. That made for some very flavorful coating to the pork. Where the hell am I going? I just went down this path for nothing? Is this another I'm supposed to fall down, or am I going to die? I'm going to die. Okay. I also paired with it some pickled daikon as well. Yeah, because of my being inspired from, you know, the home visit I had with Mom. Oh, is that supposed to indicate I should hit the switch and come back? Yikes, that's not clear. Yeah, I also tried making that too. I ordered the, what were they called off of Amazon? Like, Chuji? I can't do the actual, or the, other language pronunciation. They're the gardenia fruits. I ordered those off of Amazon. Used that to steep the daikon radish in to give it a nice yellow color and earthy flavor. Also accompanied with like some mirin and, mirin, salt, ginger, garlic. Turns out very good. Nice, you know, pickled acidity to cut through the fatty flavor of the meat there. Oh, there's a lot going on screen here. And, yeah, no, it's a good dinner. I always like just try and come up with new things. Changes things up every once in a while. There's a lot on screen right now. Uncomfortable. I'll say the level is, again, striking that weird imbalance of here's a million things going on while also being the most boring thing in the world at the same time. Let's see. I gotta say, I am I'm really waiting in anticipation for when the levels get good. Like, as I've made clear before, I'm happy that everybody submitted to the contest. They did, you know, I did not do shit for this contest. I'm just playing the game now that it exists. But there's a lot of kind of just chaff to sift through in this competition. Maybe it's just the nostalgia glasses blinding me, but I don't feel like MaGMML3 took this long to get going. But I mean, of course, there's nearly double the submissions in this contest, so it only makes sense. But it is starting to get pretty heavy-handed with levels that are just way too much fluff surrounding it and awkward design, tedious, weird art style, things like. Wait, so I didn't hit it before? But it was making sound effects at me. That's not clear. That's very not clearly communicated. It should not be making sound effects at you if it's meant to do something. I understand that the Drill Man switches normally flip in the regular game, but one, the contest rules are kind of meant to stipulate you're not supposed to just assume things from the regular game hold true in the competition. And two, why would it give you a response if it was doing nothing? That also means that I probably missed something back in that first room with the flower, because something was supposed to probably happen there. Oh, okay, well, I have to flip it up now. Okay, whew. That's a nerve-wracking jump to make. Even if it's not exactly super difficult, that is, like, just... The intended challenge has been done. It has also been made quite painful. It's psychologically damaging just as much as it is actually damaging to poor Megaman. Alright, come on. No, it's still not the right level. Yeah, that works. Okay, well, now that I understand that the gimmick exists, this is a more entertaining level. I like what it's trying to do with its combination of water gimmicks and ice gimmicks. This is actually kind of cool. It's, like I said, communicated horribly, but, you know, I might actually be able to have some fun with it. Okay, so I could freeze it, or I could just go. Let's just try going. That reward me with anything, or is that just gonna punish me? Keep things difficult. Okay. I got the 5th token. That's not a good sign. Oh, okay. The penguins can also do it. Them specifically. I'll say that was at least a... Oh, okay, now I have to clutch up against 2 bosses? Sure. Let's just deal with Chill Man before introducing Bubble Man to this equation. I think if they would have actually introduced the switches with the penguin thing, the penguin screen there, this might have been a better gimmick. Like, that was actually a pretty good intro. You had to wait for something else to take care of it. It's a pretty clear visual communication, but, you know, kind of figuring it out on your own is not great. Speaking of doing things on your own, hey Bubble Man, hey Chill Man, y'all really did not actually support each other very much during this encounter here. Just kind of left each other for dead. Yeah, not a great sign when you can have 2 bosses just oh, okay. Yo, Bubble Man learned how to wave dash. He played melee. Let's go. Alright. Oh man, time to put you out of your misery. But yeah, these two were just kind of like not exactly interacting with each other. So, kind of take points off for this being time wasty. I mean, Bubbleman himself at least is a challenge alone here a little bit, but still, strange. Strange design. Okay, so that was the level end. I missed... Oh my god, I missed a lot. Okay, well, I mean, let's give it another shot, I suppose. Now that I actually know what the gimmick of the level's supposed to be, I can actually explore it properly. Okay, so this will be ice if I come back, I think. So that left arrow will no longer apply. And I guess I can do things up here? Up this way? Oh, okay. we have some Half-Life Z fighting happening over there in the corner. Oh. Is it going to introduce... It's probably going to introduce it to me a lot better. Wait a minute. Okay, wait, so these are solid. These are completely solid objects. Some of them are not completely solid object water streams. Why are they different? Why are there two different versions of the same gimmick in your stage that aren't visually distinct whatsoever? That's confusing. But I'm guessing this section is actually meant to introduce me to the gimmick properly? And maybe that's what it, was it Matrix Man? I don't remember what that other one was back there yet. He's too new. We'll get him into the Mega family eventually. Maybe that's what that, you know, the skip room robot was trying to tell me about. Perhaps that's what I didn't understand. Or why I didn't understand it, because I could just so easily skip past everything with, as he said, the chill, or the, not the chill, ice wall or magnet beam. Okay, so now that can be accessed. Nice try, but there's nothing here. Well, no, you're wrong. There is something here. There's text. So, what else is there to explore around here? Okay, that's token number 4, which is also disconcerting. Alright, if I... Okay, no, I can't go back that way, so there was another way to activate the ice back there? Or am I going to be looping all the way around now? Okay, well, I'll say this gimmick is introduced better when you don't just break the level, ice wall, so that's good. And so we got a nice fitting aesthetic then, overall. That's enjoyable. Alright, I retract my earlier statement. The levels have started to kind of actually get fun then. It was just very jarring, actually understanding how to have fun with this level. You don't want your level to need an instruction booklet on how to have fun. Okay, our way through here. Kill that guy. Yeah, it didn't even occur to me when I... That one's far. That one's kind of mean. Didn't even occur to me when I was, Well, that is very mean checkpoint placement. Okay, fine. It did not even occur to me when I was first playing the other path that it was weird to actually require the use of ice wall to get through there. And yet now it would make so much sense that, no, I didn't actually need it, I just needed the water to be frozen. Okay. Alright. I don't feel like trying to make this jump again. Let's just move on with our lives, shall we? It's kind of another micro theme I've noticed. People in this contest participants are very eager to try to do a lot of ladder jumping. Or mandate a lot of ladder jumping for the levels. I'm not quite sure why. It's never really... I mean, I guess it is it's an easy, challenging design gimmick. No, an easy to implement challenging design gimmick. Though I don't think I would really call it much fun to have to execute. It's just needlessly tense, and honestly, for people who are using a controller, a shitty 360 controller like me, accessibility issue. I'm half joking, of course. It's not something that you should really have to consider for this competition when, you know, the keyboard's always an option. Okay. Well, now with that in hand, we can... Oh, interesting. For some reason, they decided that you shouldn't be able to skip the level when you, come back with frozen everything. And for some... yeah, that's bugs. That is bugs. A bunny. Oh, that is such a long way to go back! No! Don't do this to me. Especially when I don't have anything else interesting to talk about. Yeah, I mean, legitimately, there's nothing else interesting that happened in the last week. I just did my video editing. I'm, you know, trying to scrounge up some clips from some of the, previous streams. I think kind of a shame. Like, the 2 streams from 2 weeks ago, I don't remember which ones they were exactly, but once I was starting Tier 3 and 4, there just really wasn't a lot of content to scrape out of that. Some things that would make for a good, like, say, longer, compilation video, but nothing that really stands out as its own, like, you know, 20-second funny. One thing that maybe could work as its own funny is commenting on all of the bad color palettes that I found in when starting out Tier 3 and trying out the different color palettes at the Rolls hotel room. But I don't know, I'm kind of partially deciding against that. It in my mind, it would seem funny to put it against like a, you know, Plankton going, "Oh my goodness," and then my eyes, but it also just starts to feel a little bit mean. Like, yes, I've made fun of quite a few things, you know, with my videos in this in the early tiers of this competition so far, but to very explicit... Uh-oh, I didn't get the jump. Oh, okay, barely saved myself. Ew. Okay, alright, you got the humor token from me. I'll give you that. That was funny as hell. That was the last thing I was expecting Eddie to give me. God, that's bait, isn't it? I have to know. Yeah, it's bait. Alright. Yeah, no, it feels maybe a little bit too mean to go for the joke of, wow, aren't all of these color palettes gross, or is this art kind of not conventionally appealing? Like, there's making fun of odd level design choices, and then there's just saying, haha, your art is bad in my eyes. I don't know, it doesn't feel quite right. Oh, that could be a soft block. That's annoying. Thank goodness for Magnet Beam, I guess. So, I don't know. I'm still going back and forth if I want to make that video, but I'm starting to lean towards, probably not. I'll leave it out. I'll just come up with something else, skip a few streams to, make a different highlight moment. let's tune into something that I haven't thought about in this level so far, the music. One, it's a little bit quiet. It's not balanced very well with the rest of the game. And, I mean, I suppose it is fitting for the waterworks and ice nature of the level. So I think thematically it's on point, but the fact that it has taken me 10 minutes to notice that there is a soundtrack to this level at all is not a good sign. It means that your music isn't really helping the essence of your stage very much. It's just kind of, penguins are very bouncy to electricity. It's just, the music is not really helping your stage design at all. It's just kind of, I don't know, filling a purpose. You have to have music there in order not to make it feel so empty. Which is not a great sign. If it just needs maybe a little bit more energy. It doesn't, maybe not necessarily faster, but like, it's giving me kind of like, what was it? The Megaman 10 elevator stage music. But it gives me those kind of vibes. But it doesn't have that same kind of, like, you know, punch. It doesn't have that same kind of, like, emotional, like, this is, you know, a tough struggle for Mega Man kind of thing for me. It doesn't quite sell it on the notes. I'm no music theorist either, but I feel like it's probably just a little bit of volume and a pitch away from actually being, you know, on that kind of vibe. Okay, so So I was meant to thaw things out here. Just something I didn't understand the first time. I could go back down. Yeah, there's nothing really to explore this way. Ow. So I guess I do need to go down? I don't remember missing opportunities for any other tokens down here, though. I hope you're as sick of seeing this screen as much as I am. I've spent much of the stream so far just on this screen alone. I guess I can actually just kind of hold right through here, so it's not nearly as bad as I first thought it was. Okay. But, yeah, I definitely don't see much other opportunity for there have been tokens that I missed along the way. I will probably have to come back and check on my own later. Probably make one more check before moving on to the next level, but, you know, otherwise, we got things to be doing. Other levels to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? Okay, anything over here? No, just energy. Alright. Okay, last time I did go through here without thawing the water, so... Alright, so now that path is blocked off to me. Which is the required path, so now I can not get the token. Okay. Oh, Gachapon capsule, what do we get? Phoenix Wright! Oh, wow. Alright. Fun crossover. You need the checkpoint? No, I will try one more time. Scout for anything in the beginning path. Otherwise, we'll just read the dev comment, or yeah, the judge comments and move on. I couldn't help but notice that, like, the second token I collected was also, like, the fourth one in, like, the screen Fourth one in series. I will say that the, what is cool, you know, another thing that is neat about this level is just that the screens that you're intended to backtrack through are designed pretty well for going both ways. That's not something you, actually get to see considered too often. Okay, so now wait, going right was the way to get to this, no, just the free E-tank. Okay, so I did go down here first. Nothing suspicious about that wall over there. Kind of looks like there should maybe be a way to get past some stuff here, but no, it's just the flower again. Alright, come on. Get me out of here, and nothing. Alright, well, I guess this is the level that's going to prevent me from 100%ing the area again. Alright, well, we've had one of those in every single area, so why not have another? Alright, so before I read the judge comments, what are my thoughts to summarize here? The fact that you can skip right past the gimmick introduction is not a good sign. They could have easily prevented this by using one more of their, like, frozen water spout gimmick blocks. I mean, hell, they even created a barrier later in the stage where you had to flip the switch for the water spouts to stop, which is not something that they're supposed to be doing normally. So that kind of hurts, you know, the actual cohesion of the idea in the first place. As I mentioned, music is very ignorable. It doesn't really pop to your ears or add much to the stage, so that's unfortunate. And a lot of the difficulty is just kind of plods along. There's a little bit of a difficulty, you know, jump with the platforming towards the end of the level, but it doesn't really get you your blood pumping for more than just 1 second where you have to fight 2 magnets on either side of you. So, you know, difficulty doesn't really do a whole lot here. And in fact, the second, well, what should be the second mid-boss gets easier than the first, which is confusing in its own right. So I'd say those are the negatives about the level. Oh yeah, and then the final fight versus Chillman and Bubbleman. If you don't dunk Chillman down into the water, they don't really do anything to work with each other. So that's unfortunate. So I think those are the main cons I would say about the level. Pros about the level is that, you know, it is a interesting gimmick from, you know, it just is an interesting gimmick to be able to actually use the water and freeze it over that way. So I'd say that is cool. That's memorable. I'll remember the level for that. It might actually be no, I wouldn't say it's the first memorable level gimmick I've seen, but probably the first one that's actually in the entire level and is interesting throughout. What else about the level? Thinking about, oh yeah, and the fact that when you actually backtrack through screens, they are well designed for both going forwards and backwards through them. So that's actually, you know, kind of a plus. It doesn't feel like going backwards is just like completely empty or completely unreasonable or something stupid like that. And it also stuck to just a handful of enemies, which is a good thing to do, generally speaking, for a Mega Man level. Though it also, the enemies themselves didn't really play into the gimmicks very much. So it kind of made just for a hard separation of enemy challenges and puzzle platforming challenges. It's a little disappointing on that end. And then yeah, also there were functionality issues. Aesthetically it looked fine. So I agree with the judges. I think I'm probably about to agree with the judges on a lot of these points. Alright. Is it water? Is it ice? I'll take both for 500. Unfortunately, that's not how Jeopardy works, Mick. They give you the categories, and then they give you an answer, and you have to ask the question. Sorry, you didn't know this. see, the core concept, flipping between water and ice is interesting. Picking between large pools and geysers, or frozen surfaces with icicles from the ceiling. Yep, different scenarios for each room. Segments, or the final split for the star token. Enemies complement this decently enough. Yeah, they're themed well. Unfortunately, while they're absolutely appropriate, they don't really seem to do much besides get shot. Yep. Solid building blocks. Execution falls a bit short. Yeah, it takes a while to get to the gimmick as well. It's kind of odd. Enforced variety still don't quite work. Forcing the player underwater is especially ineffective. There's barely any difference in the place is frozen or not, which kills the point and causes that section to drag. Yeah, having that screen be on... I mean, one, I didn't know what the gimmick was, but having that be on screen for so long, it was mighty boring. Let's see here. Top it off with an annoying and awkward mid-boss. Yeah, exactly. See? No one likes that Hanabiran. Tokens, not the diamond with the checkpoint, or the last one, boss gate. The other three are just bad. The first one wasn't too odd, although it has a lot of gimmicks in the way. Part 1, obtuse requirement aside, is extremely laggy. Oh, that's not a good sign. Never would have found that. The spade takes you through multiple easily broken transitions, yep, before rewarding you with a truck to the face, and a really dumb number of tanks. Yeah, the dumb number of tanks is honestly not a fun thing for a level to put in. It's fun for maybe the player and the resources, but not exactly good level design. The truck was funny, though. I like the truck. Although I guess it could have killed you. Maybe they shouldn't have made it do so much damage. The club requires you to jump down an unmarked spike pit. Oh, cool. So I never would have found it on my own. And then deal with the spam of swin balls and somehow explode into splash one mines. Okay, that's odd. Well, at least now I have a hint to go back for them without the token radar. Top it off a very unpolished dual boss one. Just stand on the left magnet to use to snipe the two to death. Huh. Didn't know that there was a cheese spot for it, but I guess it was not worth trying to find. General idea behind the stage is sound, but sadly it's dragged down quite a bit. Let's focus on the positive. Well, hold on. No one's viewing anyways. I might as well just take a chance to look at this text that I have. I can respond to that later. It's not completely urgent. Okay. Yeah, great advantage of the backtracking, which is interesting. Yeah, the idea is good, the execution is meh. Better than cramped. I wouldn't mind this too much enough. The serious lack of checkpoints. Yeah, that was very noticeable in this level. I guess it was, yeah, with that commentary, it makes sense. It was probably done so that way the level designer wouldn't have to think of so many different places to like respawn and have to switch in the right spot. And you miss out on the tokens, which sucks. It requires you to go back to a previous room after flipping a switch, which somehow causes the ladder to materialize out of nowhere. Oh, good. I never would. That must be the heart one. It's the one that requires you to go back to a previous room after flipping a switch, which causes the ladder to materialize out of nowhere. Alright. Guess I'll have to remember that when I'm coming back for this later. Technical problems. For one, the water often doesn't extend to where its surface is shown on screen. Yeah, it's kind of odd. clip through the ice and immediately die just by walking onto certain screens, well, yeah, of course, one for the token. It's the double boss fight against Chillman and Bullman, which is made incredibly easy if you trap both of them underneath the ice. Let's see. Steam level? Yeah, I mean, that would be the third phase of ice. Buggiest entries into the contest. Yeah, it happens. Design is questionable when it comes to tokens. A big mess of the process, yeah. Clear that you have to go toggle the switch to an ice state unless they happen to go right first. Oh, yeah, I guess if I went left first, that would be a little jarring as to what I was doing. But, I mean, at a certain point, you kind of have to double back. I mean, it's not like there's anything else to do, so. Don't really like that during the deep underwater section, the stage keeps placing these swimming enemies specifically to knock the player off the nearby pits. Like, come on now, that's number 2 of the 10 things you should not design your level like. Pay attention to your design lesson, students. Yeah, the enemies there are more to induce instant death than actually cause damage. It's super soothing and nice to listen to. Different music preferences. No other level in this contest confused me as much as this one did. Oh, that's shocking. I definitely felt more confusion last time around with the weird purple block stage that was supposed to be a mix of Pharaohman and Gravity Man. Let's start. Okay, fine. Guess I'll die. Then I went right. You found a secret area, used Magnet Beam, and you destroyed the level. Yeah, the ones made noises. Couldn't touch, just looked like awkward wall decorations. Clear what's the bottomless pit. Where any path will lead you. Yep. The boss battle, while certainly interesting, isn't terribly polished and is very cheesable. Feel more like random assets on the screen than deliberate test of knowledge or skill. The water ice puzzles are generally pretty strong. Magnet and ladder use is excellent. I wish I'd use that setup in Oh Joe's. Oh, no, that screen I wanted to skip. If it was one block closer, I would have actually bothered with it, but I was not about to bother with, like, that extremely long ladder drop. Concept of the token challenges. Swimball's devious surprise is especially great. I got a laugh out of Eddie's truck trick, but I have serious issues with their execution, particularly the logic-defying secret ladder. Yeah. Music, music, background graphics change with the gimmick and a really solid premise. You almost keep the levels afloat, found polish problems are what sink it. Alright, it sounds like I could probably get to the tokens on my own, but I'll have to do that. Yeah, I'll do that later. Goal goes right, it's fun, excellent even, but oh my, it's so easy for it to fall apart. Which version of the stage do you get? Yeah, well, I didn't get to the soft lock glitchy mess quite exactly, but I did get into the unintended path first. At the standpoint, the stage works. Finding yourself retracing your steps, seeing rooms in a new state. It's cool. Try and progress through the rooms in the unintended way. I was trying to do that, but it didn't... Nothing was sticking out to me in that manner. Not designed with that in mind. There are many areas with going through a transition, yeah, and then you get pitted. It sucks. Oh, goodness, I accidentally skipped a lot. Let's see. Cute. Then the spade token requires sliding through a transition. You need to correct yourself. Yeah, that one's unfortunate. Water level, therefore, spikes nature of the stage is made all the more frustrating due to the questionable checkpoints. Having was an invisible ladder that's only visible in the frozen state. No, don't do this. Yeah, a lot of hidden ladders. Rough. Feels rather flat, unpolished, and messy. So it's proof of just how important the music track alone. Graphical standpoint? No, the graphics are pretty great. I mean, they're just stock Mega Man 9 assets for the most part, but I think they look good. The music doesn't really do a whole lot for me, though. That's for sure. Yeah, when you're a dumbass and let them combo you to oblivion by unfreezing the water. Yeah, don't. I've experienced both of these versions for some wild reason. I don't feel like I can hold that one against you. That's... Well, I guess because you could choose, but it still makes it annoying than just take them off one by one. It's not interesting. Yeah, alright. Well, let's leave that level and come back to it another time. Forge Woman. Please tell me to forge ahead. I'm always stopped by a gift shop at the Bull Ring, and I'm on the way home from work. It's smart to have a bunch of little trinkets and gizmos you can give out at any time, especially when your job's all about teamwork. Surprise birthday, gift. Getting married, gift. Hospitalized after an injury, gift. Old Toby was real down after his divorce, poor man. Nothing a box of novelty screwdrivers couldn't fix, though. I'm sure that would... I mean, the novelty screwdrivers can fix a shelf, but I don't think it can fix his marriage. Hey, Forge Woman, thank you for the easy streamer joke. I really needed that, to be quite honest. Yeah. No, surprise gifts can be quite nice. Chaos Light City. It's basically what my job needs me to do, so... Alright, well... Now we have a level where the music's just a little bit too loud. It's not so bad that I'm going to turn it off. But... Oh, we can do... we can have a SpongeBob moment. Life, death, life, death, life, death, life, death, life, death. Alright, I had my fun. Whoa, 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 okay, hey, Sniper Joe, you're, really energetic today. Alright, at least I can still take him out with that. Brown water. Brown water, yes. I guess it is probably polluted city water, so it makes sense. I probably could have played with that. Hold on. Science. What does Light Joe do? Nothing different? Alright, it's just a lighting thing. Maybe? Maybe it's just a lighting thing? Why can't I shoot this one? Does it do anything? I don't feel like it does. Well, I'm not going for that one-up. There's no good reason to do so. Alright, while I kind of appreciate there being a different Joe to spice things up, wow, the Joe going that fast is a lot to deal with. There's a lot of bullets. Please stop. There's so many bullets on screen so far. Okay. I mean, alright, so collecting myself for half a second. The stage is... Oh, cool, and there's soft blocks here as well. That's nice. I mean, I guess it's not exactly a soft block, at least right now. But, yeah, that's not fun. You should have definitely put a spike down there. What am I trying to say? Yeah, so far the stage is all just enemy challenges, and Joe there is a little bit too, aggressive. Oh, okay, is that what these are supposed to do? They're supposed to hold enemies in place? I was on the previous screen then. That's not... Also, choosing a very not-so-bulky enemy to introduce that with is a bit difficult. I mean, I suppose... Yeah, no, actually, because that would be the first time where it gets actually introduced. Joe wasn't moving on that first screen down there, so there was no indication that this gimmick would have been in effect. Oh, hold on. It looks like there might have actually been a secret to falling down the pit in the middle there. Now I have to go investigate. Okay, anyways. What was I trying to say like 4 times now? Oh yeah, that there's not... Alright, I guess that's an okay secret. It's not exactly very secretive. Okay. Not exactly very secretive, but still. Yeah, the level so far is kind of suffering from 2 things. Unclear gimmicks, and then also just... Enemies are just kind of there and in the way. There's not really much going on besides, you know, fight this enemy. Maybe it'll expand on the whole light gimmick a little bit. It's here soon. I hope so, because right now it's just kind of a very weird enemy on button. Well, not even enemy on button. Enemy turbo charge kind of deal. Oh, Big Eye. Oh, okay. You're supposed to be invincible in the light. That makes sense. You invincible to laser trident? No. Alright. Good to know. Alright, that makes for... That's probably actually going to be a pretty interesting mid-boss now. There's still too many shielded enemies, though, for one Mega Man level, in my opinion. There's a good balance of having enemies that are invincible to slow you down a little bit, prevent you from just tearing through the entire stage. Okay, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But having this many invincible enemies is just kind of asking for a very slow, rough experience. Electman, hey, you got any games on that thing? Hey there, Rock. The city's so beautiful this time of night, isn't it? Thanks to me, of course. What, are you sitting here powering the city? I guess you might be off on your break. Also, ooh, unfortunate. This light switch doesn't work. That hurts the aesthetic score a little bit. Okay, Joe actually is supposed to be fully invincible underneath the light switch. Did not realize this. It was just much... With so many shielded enemies, it was just a lot more fun to cut through him with laser trident before actually, you know, trying to fight him fairly. I only fought like, what, 4 Joes up to that point? I was kind of already done with them. At least the music is nice. It's upbeat. Makes me actually awake, excited for the level with the aesthetics here. Something that the previous level wasn't really doing so hot, so... You know, we take what you can get in the low tiers. Bro's playing on a Switch. Yeah, I don't know, it's not colorful. Maybe it is. I guess it would be the Switch without the Joy-Cons, which would be a strange choice. You know? To me, it looked a lot more like a Game Boy just because of how dull and gray it looked. Though I guess Game Boys weren't necessarily dull and gray. Oh, hey, look at that. Just in time for Mega Man 2. I can see it being the Switch. Alright, I mean, compared to the previous level, that was, at least it was straightforward and not so buggy. But, yeah, complaints stand. Just a hell of a lot of invincible enemies. And then a gimmick that makes... or shielded enemies. There's a hell of a lot of shielded enemies. And then a gimmick that makes shielded enemies actually invincible. But also the gimmick is one that you can very easily get out of the way / not have to interact with. Like, it would have been more interesting if you had to really consciously, you know, maybe not struggle, but try to make it so that the enemies weren't invincible underneath the lamppost. As it stands, most of the time you shoot the lamppost once and then it's just easy to take out the enemies from there. Either with the Buster or the Trident alone. But, yeah, although the gimmick really wasn't that interesting, the enemies didn't interact with it very well. The enemies also didn't interact very clearly with the gimmick either. So, it was just kind of a messy experience, and also one that was just very, very, very slow. Oh my god, it was so slow. The music kept me awake, but if the music wasn't booming, I would be just bored to tears fighting Joe after shielded cannon after shield attacker. Just like, God bless Laser Trident. That's all I gotta say. I mean, positives, nice aesthetic, nice music. Things worked. It was short. It wasn't, you know, overly long with what it was doing, and it had a neat concept, I guess. Almost neat concept, but not really one that, you know, really grabbed me. Put it with all the shields. Yes, thank you, Mick. You're so right for that. Every here is a shielded enemy. It sure is. Let's see here. Souped up, stronger shielded enemies, which is just, oof. Yeah, turning off streetlights to remove invincibility is neat. You get behind at another level. There's also some, spots where one of the lights is keeping a Sniper Joe from chasing you. Yeah, that could have been cool. There was also a spot where it keeps a Met stationary. That would have been cool too, but it was just kind of abandoned pretty quickly. Yeah, pivots towards lights that you can't turn off, which is strange. It works well with the Big Eye mid-boss fight, but it doesn't work well elsewhere. And it's worse, Slice and Tride's ability to pierce shields includes the light shield, so it completely defeats the gimmick. Yeah, it's not a good sign. The exact sort of enemies you already use later Trident against, self-defeating, and hard to notice. Yep. One big piece of advice, reevaluate the enemy selection from top to bottom. It wasn't very fun or interesting. Their effort, but yeah. At least I wasn't super frustrated. It was just a bit irksome. Right. But water time, stay hydrated. Gabioles. Yeah, having them just rocket back and forth is kind of annoying on small platforms, though it did make for a decent challenge once, so I won't hold that against the level too much. Used to do more than shield enemies and speed up enemies in small spaces. Yeah. Use Trident Thunder Beam through everything. Dev-kit-related issue with Tornado Blow, and the main gimmick severely broke the stage for me? What would that issue be? Oddities such as Rush Teleport, being able to activate the light switches, huh? The music not looping correctly, these are relatively minor compared to the stage others issues, though. Oh yeah, I never tried Tornado Blow against the, light switch. I wonder if that just causes you to deafen yourself. I have to actually try that. We're going back to the level to see if I can't give myself an auditory flashbang. Let's see, the aesthetics. It's neat. Yeah, the color scheme gets a little bit muddy and kind of off-putting after a while. Not much more to talk about here. See. Yeah, interesting gimmick. Just a major demerit. Too many shielded enemies. Yeah, it halts the flow. Get off sync. Yeah, a little bit. Makes it difficult. On successive playthroughs, it turns out I didn't realize the light's what causing the successive speed increases. Well, okay, I think that was... Yeah, it was poor gimmick conveyance, but also it was kind of clear that they were rocketing when it was light on. Big pits that had the token, odd design there. Said room also has little gaps where you can get soft lock without Tornado Blow. Yep, rough. Satisfactory job of exploring its potential. Flashman, are you okay? I definitely don't think this level actually, you know, did anything great with its gimmick. Besides the Big Eye. But they don't disrupt the pacing? Huh? Are you sure? They set the pacing, and that pacing is slow. Designing backdrop of animated lights, neutral colored architecture, okay. stuck. Doesn't loop correctly, didn't notice it, but fair enough. Turn off the lights with rush coil. Oh boy. Main gimmick doesn't properly account for special weapon use. Oversights. Yeah. Knows the basic tenets of good game design, but not how really to apply them. Introduced in a way that could be approached if the player thinks and plays exactly as intended. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to go for weird, unintentional playthroughs as well. Gimmick complexity keeps increasing if the difficulty remains constant because there's usually too much going on at all times. Yep, too many bullets. We play a revised version. Good ideas and great atmosphere. Makes the level worth updating. Neat idea. Enemy selection really lets down. Yes, it sure does. And the stage is armored in some fashion and almost stands still, so it's like they're not really interacting with the lights, so you don't have pressure to make them, you know, to kill them before they get to the lights. Well tiled, flashy, decent atmosphere. Background and all the enemies are very dark, similar colors, monochromatic. Noxious rooms, let's see here. Possible to get through without taking damage. Finally, there were 2 rooms combining the Tabo and Joe enemies with the Sniper Joe, invulnerable. Yeah, would have been a lot to get through. Not a fan. Let's go at least play around with the gimmicks though. I want to see what the devs were talking about here. Alright, that's pretty great. I like that. Summon dog. He'll turn out the lights for you. Ooh, magnet beam waster. How many... We can... Hold on. Let's see if we get any fun sound effects from using these. Oh. Water shield's a lot more fun if you step back for a second. Oh, wow. The gimmick basically completely invalidates Tornado Blow. That's rough, actually. Break dash? Break dash stops you in your tracks. That one's weird. Ice Wall has the same issue as Rush Coil. Also stops your Magnet Shockwave. Yeah, these are some odd interactions with the special weapons. Glad I didn't really notice them too much. I was just using Laser Triton the entire time. Alright, well, with that kind of plotting, yet okay, yet also kind of frustrating level out of the way, what does Yoku Man have to say? You missed me? I've got great news for you. I'm using my powers for somewhat good now. No more Yoku Spikes for now. No more Yoku Spikes. I'm making Yoku toys! Watch as they disappear from a child's vision, prompting a scavenger hunt around their home to find their lost toy. Endless hours of fun, don't you think? Sounds like endless hours of crying children because they don't understand. Toys, I want the toys, 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 toys. I want them now, 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 now. Sounds like your toys in the attic. You should listen to Aerosmith. Big box. 2 Tiny Tim from B. Cratchit. Open on Christmas. Open on the box? No. I'll leave the box alone. It's not Christmas. Mediocre oil level. Well, you got that right. You ended up here. Alright, hello text box. What's up with you? Sorry. This is... So you need to project a little confidence. Even if you don't think you're hot shit. You gotta, try, seem like you want to win. Alright, Proto Man that does nothing. That's not a good... Not a good thing to do. Just to give a random Proto Man cameo. Alright, this is oil you slip off of, not oil you slide off of. Oh, and with the Laughing Crow here to mock you as you get shot and get hit on the oil, too. Interesting. Alright. Well... Alright. Let's take you out, so that way I only get embarrassed by one enemy at a time. Oh, and thank goodness the crows are way less durable than they are in Mega Man 7. I gotta say, this isn't really worth an apology. Proto Man room was strange, but, you know, this is actually pretty decent use of a gimmick, and, it's just pretty use of a gimmick as intended in the dev kit. It's got good enemy placement around it. It combines it with the magma gimmicks and other, you know, deadly hazards pretty well. I'd say maybe well, I guess the octopus produces ink, which is sort of oil, but sort of not oil. That was a long magma beam. Wow. It still is that long. Damn. Okay. Well, I like money, so give me the money. Oh, no. Alright, well, never mind. Not going to wait here for that long. Oh, and I can easily just destroy it that way. Okay, cool. You know, this is a pretty cool level. This is cool so far overall. It's using its ideas pretty competently together. And it's got a decent soundtrack, you know. It chose an appropriate, I believe, Megaman 9 level theme. And maybe the aesthetics use a little bit of work. It's a bit visually boring. Though the moon here, you know, that is nice. I could have fought that better if I wanted to, but... but when I get full health refill anyway. No tokens, sorry about that. You might want these, though. You could have put a token in this room. There's no reason you couldn't have done that. It was a fairly, you know, thing to just, easy thing. Come over here, check for one, fight something. Oh, yo! This boss with the fire on the bottom? That's actually pretty sick. It's quite precarious to fight. I would have maybe appreciated one more block of platform space to work with, but the fact that you know, it's difficult to actually shoot them from where they lie down there, and you have to, you know, try a little harder to do so. It's actually really interesting, and there's, you know, consequences in death for messing up and going that way. Okay, so there's nothing secret there. I guess they just didn't want to fill it in with the same block as before. There's a little bit of a tight jump, so I'll make it over, but that is actually pretty cool. Okay. And I guess it was trying to tell me there's a crow off screen, which I appreciate, but... fairly... This is a little bit annoying. I don't think it was necessary to, you know, capture Megaman like a Pokemon in here. There's no way to not get hit here. Oops. That maybe a bit mean to put the octopus at the end of the tunnel here when you're, you know, just barely escaping death from that. And the ceiling being this low is maybe making the challenge a little too obnoxious, but, you know, not a bad combination of ideas. Okay, jump Scarecrow. Alright, you can... Hey, that's a pun. Alright, ladder you could easily drop off of, ignoring those enemies. Now we're in the oil cache. Okay. Alright, fighting 4 of these things in a row. Okay, they're really not adding too much on top of each other. Alright, that adds a little bit. But yeah, I think that particular screen could use a little more development. Okay. I am not very good at fighting the Chain Key Dragon. I'll give it a shot. Because this is, you know, a neat combination. Give him some oil to ignite. Mess with the amount of space you have to work with. I feel like he had a lot less health compared to Megaman 9. Maybe it's just the charge shot. You gonna throw fire at me? No, okay. I'll take the weapon refill, Eddie. The making was a mistake on my part. What the hell? Apologize for the self-indulgence here. Thanks to Dr. Novocaine. That was a complete train wreck. Thanks to C-Sketch for helping me even be able to participate. Thanks to you for suffering through this level. Stay slick. Alright, you don't need to be that down on yourself, participant. you at least got some playtesting done to make the level, you know, fairly playable, somewhat interesting. Maybe it wasn't the most fleshed out concept, but like, I don't know, I had some fun. Okay, Oil Man is acting strangely. Alright, there's maybe a little too much oil in this room. This is an awkward fight. It is not easy to navigate here when all you can do is jump to not get shot. Although it's not impossible, so it's, you know, not too bad. Okay, well, I don't know. I thought that level was pretty neat. It actually combined its gimmicks pretty well, made good use of the oil and fire and, you know, tripping onto things. Maybe the path or the long tunnel with the oil was a bit tedious. The fact that Oil Man had oil everywhere was pretty tedious. And the Chinky Dragon, I mean, the oil didn't really add much to the fight. A couple of enemies that were just kind of, they're here and that's it. They, you know, just shoot through them and, you know, nothing is gained or lost. But, you know, it had some good ideas to it, and I think it executed them fairly well. It could have, you know, done with making a more ramped up challenge. I feel like after the midway point, you know, it kind of fell off a little bit, but, you know, overall, I liked the idea behind the level. I could use some more polish, but it wasn't bad for an attempt. I mean, the author's comments, you know, do kind of bring the mood down a lot, but it is, you know, overall, it wasn't a bad attempt. It had some fun music, too. Okay, yeah, instant negative bias. Not great. Beta tile set as a primary visual, unnecessary apologies, broken Proto Man. Yeah, bad first impression. Enemy set Saiyaround and P... Please stop using all the technical terms. Powered up oils is surprisingly a combination. Both oils are, let's see, introduced well. I'll admit, Q oil was much less annoying here than normal. Considering it tends to be combined with instant death magma lasers, that's honestly an achievement. Yeah, it's not super annoying even with all that. Magma Hall, Fenkaro, the boss fights. Magma Hall. It's just a little tedious. Yeah, this fight is really annoying there. Appreciate honesty, they think you're being a bit harsh. Agreed. Let's see. See all the glimmers of good design in this level when it comes to some of enemy and gimmick placements. Yeah, no, the enemies are actually pretty well placed to, you know, make you think about the gimmick at first before just throwing you straight into the fire over it. So complement each other rather well. Quarter of the magma generators and the Saiyarounds come to mind. Rest stage issues, the lacking aesthetics, the level itself being a little short, yeah. Nope, wrong button. It's more or less just reiterated the title, but I get the feeling that making a mediocre level wasn't the original intent here. Unless it was, in which case, more power to you? Yeah. Meaty oil, no. Not inaccurate. Seen worse levels, certainly. Like the hallway like that? Okay, sure. Extra checkpoint here and there, but nothing too unreasonable. Powered up oil's a risky gimmick that could be used in real evil ways. Thankfully, the challenge is merciful and manageable. And the Oil Man fight just kind of gets a mess. It makes the fight into this really awkward situation, sure. gonna replace some of the beachy basic tiles next time. Placeholder. Oh, wow. Okay, so Flashman is why this ended up in 5th tier. A 73. Man. Talk about maybe getting a little sentimental. Perhaps the nurturing nature in me and him, you know, he shared the same nurturing nature as me to want to try to be like, hey, it's not so bad, buddy. But, you know, a 73 feels a little bit high, but let's just see what he has to say. Talking to you for at least another tier. Mediocre drastically undersells the level. Xbox is the lead. The level was a rush job. Graphics aside, it barely shows. Yep. It's got the basic ideas here. Which makes sense. The screen count is thoroughly acceptable. Obvious theme. The presence of an ink-throwing octopus in an oil level means you were thinking outside the box. I guess a little bit of a stretch there. Don't hate Oil Man or the Stupid Crow or the jump sign, which is surprisingly helpful. Yeah, a good way to indicate that there's a crow about to shoot you. Full laser corridor is the best part of the level. I wouldn't quite say so. Just it was a little bit too slow paced. I enjoy. Yeah, no, it's a good use of that kind of otherwise souring gimmick. Fall off the ladder challenge comes to mind. Don't know what you're talking about. Unrestrained generosity with power-up deprivation over any day. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Flashman was maybe a little bit too overjoyed at powered up oil not being a menace, but to each his own. Now section, the oil gimmick builds up on the basics and manage to provide some interesting challenges. Level teaches us well along the way. Yeah, the last third of the fight feels a little bit, or the last third of the stage feels a little bit bungled. I honestly felt the first 2/3 were actually pretty cool. Damage rates, even with his weakness, a little bit. I mean, I was able to finesse not getting hit every time, but still. Very buggy AI, cannot be sure. I don't know, it seemed pretty stable to me. I like the way the AI worked, given the, all the slipping and sliding. Oh yeah, the Suzak and Phoenix fight was chef's kiss. I love that at this level. Graphics are nearly non-existent, sure. Believe some design, effort, potential need to be a bit more. Yeah, that's fair. I'll try to remember that Suzak and Phoenix fight though, because that was really good. I love that. Ooh, a gravity toy. This toy's fun. I'll play with this toy. Yay! Strike Man, what's up? Tired of being stationed here, love working for the tournament committee and all, but it's a little tiring to have tourist kids keep mistaking me for a novelty giant baseball and being thrown into walls. How strong are the tourist kids? I don't know any child that could lift a 400-pound robot baseball that easily? I don't feel like that's a realistic problem for you, man. I hear you, but something feels off about your complaint. Wasn't there a spinning baseball dude here? Oh no, he switched out with Strike Man. Okay, that's strange. Maybe there'll be a different dialogue later. Okay, next one. The Warped Void. Alright. Oh, Patchy really loved this one. Alright, so the last one was held up by Flashman's vote. This one was held up by Patchy's vote. Oh, Okay, another bold choice. These are... I always find it very bold when devs try to just say, you know what makes a good Mega Man level? Not Mega Man. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. I'm surprised this didn't get flagged for motion sickness, man. That's a bit jarring to have to look at. And oh, speaking of jarring. Hey, Gemini man. Seeing you here, wondering where you are. To be honest, I don't even know. This place reminds me so much of home. I guess all the little eggs will do that to you. That mouth looks really familiar, and I don't want to know why it looks familiar. I feel like I have, in fact, seen the game that's from before. But alright, I mean... You got me with the mixed expectations in the beginning. I thought this was just going to be a Super Mario World level, so I'll give you that. You turned it into Abstract Nightmare, and now you've got me hooked. The magenta is maybe a little bit harsh on the eyes, though. I would maybe not have made my main stage color magenta. Oh, sorry, Gravity Man. I'm so used to you being used and hurting me. Hey, what's up? Okay, so those are semi-solid platforms. Semi-solid platform. Okay, and those are gravity tiles. Oops. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That's not good. Was it this again? Okay, and then this one. Hey, there we go. Password are done. Okay. The music is picking up from spooky to fast-paced, or, well, at least it was. But my secret sense is telling me that I should go upwards. Why else would there be a bubble that could potentially carry me to the next screen? I could stall out here a little bit. See? There you go. I've messed around in oh, well, that's unfortunate. I've messed around in Waveman stage enough to know that I can, you know, use small bubbles to my advantage. Alright, well, while I appreciate the fall down the pit gimmick, there's not a whole lot that the bubbles added to that section. Oh, wow, that one was easy. Alright. Password sections aren't really adding all that much, I'd have to say. Like, it's just, here's stop for a second. Oh, I was expecting that door to work. It's not like there's any enemies shooting you or complicating your path. At least there's gravity that you have to kind of keep track of, but it's not that hard to deal with. You know, I know I was just complaining about the magenta being too bright, but, well, now this is just, like, midnight dark. This is too dark. It's kind of hurting my eyes in a different way now. And, okay. Alright, so that could be a gravity flip upwards, but what if I stayed downwards? Huh. Well, that's probably just the boss. So maybe let's start throwing ourselves into pits and hoping that they're screen transitions. Maybe I'll get the last token that way. So now we gotta go all the way back. Maybe this pit. No, okay, that's just a pit. Alright, well, let's see. What are the thoughts on the level then? Creepy vibes established. Creepy vibes are cool. I enjoy that. Secrets are hidden in fun locations, so that's enjoyable. Okay, where did my large bubble go? That's weird. Now I gotta wait here for another eternity. Aesthetics also delightfully strange. Although, again, okay, well that just disappears. I'll just stand on this one then. All reliable. What else? Aside from the kind of burning pink and hard to see black, aesthetically interesting, stage. Thematic music. Although really not a whole lot going on in terms of difficulty. I would appreciate a bit more of a challenge than enemies that just kind of occasionally bother you, and the the occasional passcode or sequence. Yeah, overall, fairly inoffensive level. The aesthetics are definitely carrying it. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, as far as the gameplay goes, I do find myself kind of bored right now. Okay, now let's flip gravity, and I don't know. Maybe this is not a fun pit? Oh, this is a fun type of pit. It's one that I actually have to... There's a secret around here. Okay. So I was right. And that's just a token. Okay. Not much indicating that. I guess it's fine to be a secret, but it would have been better if, say, you could tell that the pit you had to jump over first in normal gravity was, just a pit visually, and then you could tell, oh, wait, going up there with the inverted gravity, yeah, I can go up there. It's totally fine. Okay. Goodbye, Crystal Man. And, this face reminds me of, like, the Put the Face Together Wario Land 4 minigame. So yeah, overall, good Super Mario World level experience. I was really happy to go and have to fight Reznor. Maybe a little bit overused in ROM hacks, but the way they implemented it in the Mega Man was pretty cool. So, and I really liked the time when you had to go and use the Yoshi power-up to get the token. It was a nice callback to having to throw Yoshi in the pit like in Super Mario World. Wait a minute. Okay, so... I actually loved that stage. I'm not sure why everyone else. Yeah, not the best first impression. It's a... Let's see, a cutscene that can hurt you and a screen shake that induces a mild headache. Yeah, the screen shake is pretty obnoxious. And the whole... I like the gotcha moment, but I do think that it's a bit... it starts impressions poorly. Doesn't add too much to the whole experience. Bizarre and inexplicable to succeed, no. I think it did. It was weird. And I like that. It was delightfully weird. We like to get weird around here. Vast majority of the levels, basic enemy scenarios, very little variety, blah blah blah. Yeah, the gameplay itself, though, was almost non-existent here. And double gravity triggers. Yeah, the gravity triggers were odd in this stage. I mean, I suppose they were meant to fit in with the strange graphics as well, but it just makes for unclear gimmick conveyance. Wandering Head's flight path appreciated, assuming that's the tent behind the wall decals. Yeah, I think it definitely is. Melody response cannon, interesting part of the level, but then they're all the same. You can leave the room on the ceiling. What? Morphone was a proper boss. Unfortunately, Crystal Man just dies. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but it is... The level didn't have any combat to it. It was telling some kind of story, but that's about it. Strange visuals, doesn't have a lot to remember. Yep. Finding reverse gravity, bubbles, lower, higher jumps could have been cool. Sure. Also the fact that high and low gravity was just randomly introduced for the last section of the stage not very comfortable. Not very interesting. Those issues aside, let's see. Cause the player to get stuck. Alright. Second, response can. It's very easy to enter the next room while upside down. Oh yeah, I suppose I could have done that. You just slide through an opening at the end of the room, which you can't reach while on the ceiling. Overly long bubble writing segment, the melody response cannons, visuals are the most memorable thing. They're a little wasted here. Yeah, it could have gone for like... Yeah, it could have gone for... I mean, you know, custom spriting is difficult to do, but it could have gone to the extent of like, okay, well, here's some weird and wacky enemies, or some kind of like cursed gimmick where like hands just come out of the background that are like, you know, clown hands and poke at you for damage. It would have been cool. Bizarre stage, charming in a way. Short side, doesn't push its gimmicks more. It's a little sightseeing kind of level, yeah, but there's no action happening. I don't think you can justify that score. Just like how I don't think Flashman could justify the previous level score. The gimmicks were neat, but it wasn't quite that neat. It wasn't quite that fleshed out. Expecting something to jump scare you in the final room where everything's normal. Yeah, it could have been, but... A crossover level? Uh-oh. If you're going to reference Wario Land 2, go all out. Oh, so I have actually seen the aesthetics of this before. It's just been like 13 years since I played that game. Fair enough. Lock all weapons except Quick Dash. Sure. Oh yeah, then that really could have been Wario. That would have been cool. Weird enough for Wario, not the right reasons. Weird because there's no unified tone, the humor, yeah. Loose aquatic theme. Pops obstacles in front of the player and proceeds to waste their time. The whole reason I made Ojos was to inspire people to design differently. Love puzzles, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, well, no, I think the gravity flips, the gravity flips do correspond with the background graphics. They always are on that weird water texture, but I'm not actively looking at the fine details to see if those are up and down water textures. It's kind of a little too much to stare at. Only the bubble token is passable. What? Trial and Bubble rides, a memory game with a switch hidden behind the health bar, and secret paths that look identical to bottomless pits. Yeah, that third one was kind of rude. Checkpoint that'll likely get the most use is before the tedious, time-consuming segments. Made polish issues, try riding Rush Jet across the opening section. Leaving the mini-boss chamber with gravity still reversed, or backtracking from the final screen. Oh, haven't tried that. Playable, but I want more than playable. Yeah. They just weird for the sake of weird. The others really don't go for all that memorable. Smacked in the face by a Crystal Joe. Yeah, that happened too much for my taste as well. With the realization the solution needs to be screwed, I'm using Magnet Beam. Yeah, I was absolutely going to do that. There's no way I was going to wait that long for one bubble. I mean, I could have, but why bother? I can make my own platforms. It's the glitches and the game breaking, giving an aura of lack of polish. It's hard to know if that's intentional or not, but it's not a great feeling to invoke. I'd rather like how the response is going to get used. I didn't quite like it. It was a little bit too boring. And the platforming was too easy to navigate around. Agents of Tile cutoff means that yet again it falls under the order of lack of polish. The music is weird for the sake of being weird. I like the weird music for the sake of being weird. It's just that the level design itself, you know, outside the aesthetics, wasn't weird enough to really tie everything together. Completely end on an acne climax. Yeah. Sweet Mario, and this gets Wario Land theme levels in these contests. Chose something less generic, so it's positive at least. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of crossover ideas. At least that was a more of an obscure crossover, but yeah, as everyone mentioned, the stage kind of had no stage. It was just the aesthetics. It got very tiring after a while. I'm kind of sleepy, to be honest. To be Mario, I'm tired. Open to the crane game. Pay more to go slower. Want to give it a shot? Substance games cost less. Okay, sure. Just shoot me with fast. Why not? Well, I just want the Gachapon capsules. Grab block. Immortal Dinosaur Labs ghost busting equipment. Oh, well, it ain't that good timing. Right after we get through the Mario Wario level. Yeah, sure. Go fast again. Alright, that's a lot more precise than I thought it would be. Do I have to... Does he just not grab anything except for capsules? Oh, no, he scams you. If you don't get it exactly, he just drops it. Just like real life. I just happened to get lucky on my first attempt. Well, now I'm addicted to gambling. I've got to get the next UFO catcher. Gotta get one more. I gotta do it while it's fast, otherwise it doesn't count. Alright, there we go. Aw, man, a duplicate. Yeah, that's the first duplicate I ever got. Well, that doesn't count, so, you know, just one more try. Hover, your trusty platform would never shoot you in the back. Alright, that's satisfying. XV the devil. Okay, I guess there was an achievement for playing with that. Hey, you, they, them, presto. There you go. That's all I remember about you is your pronouns and that you're kind of an asshole. What'd you have to say? Hey, I was messing around with the gravity flippers here. I think I got stuck. Since the direction has been flipped backwards the past hour. Don't help me, I'll figure it out. Maybe if I get into a horrible crash, my settings will be reset on reboot. Well, I have news for you. I am a horrible crash, so I can help you out, actually. Alright, Operation Narcissistic Stratosphere. Oh, mouthful of a name. Alright. 5 token level. Okay, here we go. Okay, I do enjoy this theme. I have maybe heard it enough times in my life, having edited my, just like X6 video. Alright, okay, so this throws you just right into the death, and just making sure, okay, those are damage walls. Cool. Okay, alright, this is fun if it's just a bunch of different platforming gimmicks to drop through. It's maybe going to lack enemies, but this is at least fun. It's a little too on the, like, Mega Maker-y, look what I can just do with platform gimmicks side of things. But, it's neat. I appreciate this. Although I'm guessing the Sheepman blocks is going to be a point where... Oh, well, I thought there was going to be a point where you were just going to be able to easily miss the token if you just take the wrong path, but that was, I mean, that was just in plain sight, so. Alright. Well, at least I'm having some fun with this level. Oh, goodness. Okay. Very sudden. Just jump. Don't slide. Gotcha. Oh, and you just get that one for free. Okay, yeah, I'll say this. It's nice to at least have one extremely short level like this to balance out all the other 1-element 5-token marathons that exist in this contest. Fine music choice, but let's see, what other cons? Extremely short, not much development on gimmicks, just a fun, here's a little platforming challenge. The challenge itself is low. Doesn't ever really test you out very much. Aesthetics is, I mean, it's boring. It's black background entirely with almost no visual variation. No enemies to actually fight, no boss. It's not really hitting the essence of Mega Man. It's just hitting the essence of, look at this neat thing I can do with the Mega Man engine. So, I wouldn't give it very high marks. Let's see. Now we have the reference to my MaGMML3 review out of the way. Wow, it's a very surprising level. Yeah, vein space. Actual level with a little bit more gameplay. Do anything like this. Felt pretty clever. That was super easy. Yeah, no, there's something to do at least while you're just falling all the way down. So there's some fun to be had. Only about a minute and a half long, doesn't overstay its welcome. That was a palate cleanser on more than one occasion. Alright, you know, that's fair, Mick. I would definitely be using this as a palate cleanser for a couple of things in this contest. Hiccups in execution, count bomb, and the sheep block sections both feel way less interesting. Yeah. This also doesn't loop. Oh, that's odd. Rear its ugly head when you're going for 100% here. Yeah. Didn't notice. Too quick. Too fast, too quick. Actual death spikes? Yeah, it's a little bit too easy. Well, Mick, I gotta say, I managed to die. The first thing I managed to do in this level was die. I got squished between concrete man blocks, so no, it's pretty easy to die in this level compared to just beating the stage. I suppose that helps the palate cleanser aspect, but yeah, not really any challenge. Restricted vein space with actual hazards, lots to be desired for sure. Danger during this level was when the concrete platform showed up, given how they were positioned. Yeah, low difficulty, kind of dull, a little bit fun, but not super attention grabbing, and I will very much quickly forget this level. Also graphics and music. Yeah, some kind of background, like, you know, just falling down from space would have been cool. There just needs to be a lot more work to put out, blah, blah. Very, very vain. Yep, everybody's recognizing this joke. Except for me. I don't remember MaGMML3 very well because I didn't play it. Although I do understand that it was referenced in MaGMML2 as well, so it's on me. Concept for a level, vertical shaft maneuvering. Odd difficulty curve, hard to easy. Yeah. Sheep blocks, you have more than enough time to get yourself positioned. Yeah, sheep blocks were kind of a snooze fest. Someone made a spiritual success for the MaGMML3's lowest ranked level, Operation Vein Space. Or that it placed higher than 54 other levels in the contest. Yeah. Nah, that's the real truth. The fact that this is not one of the lowest levels in this contest kind of really speaks to the pits that many people dug themselves into. Some on purpose. I'm still convinced X6 meme is a troll level, but others, maybe not so much. That'll classify as a good level, mind you. Invisible collision objects, music that abruptly stops, blah, blah, blah. Likes don't kill you, which minimizes the frustration of being blindsided, I guess, and then having to repeat easy things over and over again. Length is super short. Marginally satisfying by triggering lots of gimmick platforms at once. Yeah, there's the human need to have many things go off all the time. Disappointing those, no reward for riding the first platform back up beyond the top of the starting screen. Yeah, that could have been cool. purpose to be a pointless emptiness. I won't split hairs about the title because narcissistic stratosphere amuses me. Supposed to be inspected. Yeah, I mean, good for a kind of a nothing level like this. Let's see. Respect the hustle. Stage out of a meme. It's almost on the verge of working. Yeah, if it was, you could have made it more screens, real challenges, things to navigate around, enemies to fight, all that. But and then maybe an enemy to fight while falling. But let's see. Person being dreadful. Hello, controller. Okay, that was weird. Controller. Oh, is there just nothing to scroll? It's just a one? Okay, that's weird. I wasn't expecting the scroll bar to be all the way in the upper right if there was no extra things to talk about here, but... Okay, sure. Hunter Woman, how are you? It's been a minute. You rolled a bad die, Mega Man. Prepare to die. I wasn't speaking to that poster right now. You weren't speaking to that poster just now? Uh-huh. A trick like that may spell your doom. Too much time looking at those model giraffes. Okay, well, the Hunter Woman has a goofball side to her, which is appreciable, though also, don't ever talk streamer shit to me again, okay? We don't need no beef. Red Mountain. Alright, this is probably gonna be the final level of the night for me, so let's see how this goes. 2 energy elements, 2 tokens, reasonable, good Mega Man Game Boy music that sets the pace. The spring is in a weird aesthetic. It doesn't pop out very nicely. For some, I mean, obviously I knew it was a spring I could jump on, but I was immediately kind of inclined to like just not bother with it. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't pop out to me. It looks like a background object, even though I know logically it's not one. Alright. Eggman. So full-on Sonic theme here. Oh yeah, I think I saw Level Kari play this as one of his highlights. He's ranting about Family Guy. Was there something up there? I literally was not paying attention. Let me see if there was. Okay. Disabling of Rush Jet and Magnet Beam, but sure. I guess some people... Alright, cool. Really good reward that was definitely worth it to come back for. You don't get to mock me like that. I'll take you out. Man, if that was actually Mega Man 2, that monkey would have been very perilously placed. That thing would have just jumped up instantly to get me. Okay, well, I guess that's yeah, let's go up then. Not gonna risk my life for that E-Tank, it's not worth it. Alright, I mean, so far, the level has introduced a pretty good enemy spread to deal with. Oh boy, there's a lot of rocks to have to deal with and wait for. At least having 2 of these guys makes it a little bit more interesting. You have to wait for a lot more rocks to fall. What am I trying to say here? There aren't really many gimmicks to be found. It's just kind of a lot of enemies in a row, and I guess if you want to call the hammer enemy an enemy, then sure, why not? That's something different, but... or like a what am I trying to say? If you want to call the hammer that goes back and forth an enemy, sure, there's a gimmick here. But, I don't know. Springs to occasionally move around is not really a gimmick, I would have to say. It's just kind of like a platforming alternative. Random fire bars, just kind of an obstacle. I'm not really seeing anything here that's, you know, just past decent enemy placements. Oh, now that's probably a secret. Go. Okay, good use of the totem pole. That's actually pretty creative. You don't actually get to see it jump up like that too much in the actual Mega Man games. Can I, like... Oh, that's an interesting noise. Hold on, I have to hear that clean one more time. That's funny. That's just... I can basically make like a record skipping noise. What the hell did I just blow up? I wasn't even looking. Oh no, it was probably just a shot. Wow, alright, that's a very busy screen just for an M-Tank. If it wasn't so full on M-Tanks, maybe I'd go try it out, but, well, I suppose it's not too difficult, right? I'll only just regret this entirely when my 360 controller doesn't put an up input in. Alright, cool, and I gave the curse of I lifted my curse by talking through it, just acting as if nothing was wrong and nothing would possibly go wrong. I am so gamer, there was no need to fear. I gotta say, this is maybe a little bit mean of one of these guys' placement. I mean, goodness, what are you supposed to do to get through that? Besides, use brake dash. Ow, okay. Do I want to try to finesse my way in there? Probably not, at least from that direction. Do it from this one. Anything to this side? No, no screen transition? Okay. Alright. The level is starting to overstay its welcome a little bit. There's just not much really going on here. It's just a lot of, you know, small enemy challenges, which is fine on its own, but without anything else kind of keeping my attention, keeping my brain going, I am quickly kind of losing it. Oh, hold on. Is there another token back here? There is a token back here. Hey, alright, fair enough. That was actually cool to actually make you have to pay attention to the signposts. Alright, well, now let's go the other way at the boss path. See if maybe it gets a little bit more interesting there. Maybe they designed that path second, and Pyro realized that some more stage gimmicks were necessary. Okay, that cloud also looks a little strange on second inspection. It's kind of clipped off, oddly. Okay, I got greedy. I thought I was able to just shoot it down before rushing through. I'm not sure why the monkeys needed to necessarily be recolored. I feel like they would have fit in already with the color palette without making them kind of orange and white looking. As it is, I don't know, there's something about that color scheme that is slimming, which is not good for a sprite that was already, you know, not very chonky. Okay, let's see, is there anything these guys are weak to? Are they weak to Tornado Blow, maybe? Yep, there we go, alright. Okay, and this is a completely different level. Well, alright, maybe only aesthetically. This is otherwise the exact same thing as before. Oh no! That's the one time I didn't want to screen transition backwards. Hey, some platforming challenges mixed with enemy challenges that are maybe a little bit thoughtful? You shouldn't have. Okay, that's really tight. Those are two obstacles that are kind of timing against each other pretty hard. So why is there a ladder there? Is there a secret that I'm supposed to be able to grab? Maybe this is a fake pit? Oh, well, that's not the fake pit. If anything. Bit of a jarring choice to put the checkpoint in the falling segment, so that way you have to hear the music transition again. Okay, and just to confirm, you can't put these out with Tornado Blow? No, and you can't put the fire out with Ice Wall either. Okay. I guess it's just one of those things I have to circulate back for. Come on, jump up here. You know you want to. Oh, and there is the token. Okay. Alright. I couldn't just push you over easily, so I have to actually do some platforming here. Okay, painful. Very painful corner to get stuck in. Alright, and now to get back out, I suppose I have to do this. Okay, I guess you can just barely squeeze past right there. Oh, I let go of the button too early, damn it. Alright, the stage very suddenly just kind of turned into, there's a lot going on at once. It's a very crowded screen. Get me out of here. Alright, well, let's hope that I don't get fried. I don't want to go all the way back to that checkpoint. I have very nearly just almost walked right into the enemy. Oh. Too busy shooting, not enough dodging. Alright. Well, while the Eggman aesthetic was cute at first, I guess the it's really not coming together that much anymore. Like, starting to lose the idea that this is all themed as like a Sonic crossover. Because there's nothing here that really screams Sonic anymore. Outside of, you know, the springs that existed and the occasional Robotnik face. You know, there's not a lot tying it together to kind of give me a suggestion like, well, what if, you know, we had a Sonic Megaman crossover again? What if Archie Comics was more than that? Also, just so I don't have to do that again, I'm gonna E-tank up. Alright, damn. This path is much different in difficulty compared to the other one. One was just a snooze fest. This is a lot actually going on all at once to have to process. I do at least appreciate that this path is giving me something to do, but too much too late. So is there going to be a boss on this path, or is this just kind of, you know, fun Eggman aesthetic? I really hope we get to fight at least some form of Eggman here. Oh. No, you get to... Okay. Alright. like I like the Shark Tank. It's just that, man, this is not the long, drawn-out fight I wanted to see right now. No matter what you do, this boss battle still has 3 health bars that you have to chew through. Alright, Spark Chaser, get him. Alright, phase 2. Okay, well, at least you try. I mean, the first phase got easier because now there's just platforming gimmicks. The second one, you kind of try to spice things up by now having a hammer to try to hurt you in the middle here. So it just makes all it would really do is just make the timing more tedious. Now you have to wait even longer between attempting to attack the things just to make sure that, you know, you're not about to get smacked by the hammer. The only penalty for the hammer being there is that occasionally you'll miss the cycle and you have to wait for the next frame rules. You know, like, doesn't really do a whole lot. I appreciate that this is at least a thematically consistent boss with the, you know, whole idea of this being versus Eggman. But I'll also say all the extra level geometry decisions are literally just making this fight easier. I have to fight the Shark. I have to spend even less time dodging the lasers here if I just decide to Spark Chaser my way through. The fact that it's fairly effective against the Shark Tank is not a great sign for it. Yeah, I don't know. That level was just overall kind of boring, in my opinion. It tried to at least have a cool aesthetic and stick to it. Srara Shield Attacker. Huh. Shield Attacker Vlogs. Don't forget to comment with hashtag pwned. Alright, people, don't forget to comment this video with hashtag pwned. MaGMML episode 0. Cool. But yeah, no. It was just kind of a... That stage put me to sleep again. Kind of... Alright music choices. A second path that had challenge to it, though maybe just kind of spammy challenge to it. And then... other paths that just were kind of wholly unremarkable otherwise. So, yeah, this one doesn't rank too high in my books. And then, while the Shark Tank was an appropriate themed final boss in lieu of actually fighting Eggman, it was just made so much easier by all the modifications. It wasn't really that different. Recharge reskins work reasonably well. Okay, gotta drink more water, my throat hurts. Non-reskinned enemies were non-present. Stormcatcher vanishes entirely. The hammers. I didn't have too much trouble keeping my eye on the hammer, but I guess it could be an issue. Yeah, all the pass-through platforms is a little strange here as well. Mixed bag. Brown's path is great, most creative sections, and a music change for variety's sake. Yeah, I mean, it was certainly more creative than the other path. It was just a little bit too much. It's just kind of there. That is a new element. I want to see pipes. Clever, and it's a boon to multiple elements, blah, blah, blah. Massive anticlimax. Yeah, it certainly is. Considering the Eggman Shark actually uses other pieces of the level to twist the fight, not in a good way. Surprisingly interesting fight, which really just makes the other road's lack of end boss more jarring. There's a twin stonehead mini boss who rather rough fight. I guess a little bit. I don't know, not too much. Maybe a lot of rocks going on at once, but it could be worse. There's effort put into it, yep. Doesn't really translate to being great. Sure thing. Fast towards being forgiving, or kind of frustrating. Alright. Well, I would normally like to read all the judge comments just to get their insights. I am maybe getting just a little bit tired of slogging through all of it right now. My brain is kind of tuning out for the moment. So I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight as we get through the gift shop. Hopefully we'll find something worth purchasing here eventually. Besides, well, I guess we did find something worth purchasing. We found the gachapon machine. I love gambling. But, you know, hopefully we'll find a good gift to get to give roll by the end of this. Oh, wait, shit, the gachapon also does that. Well, hopefully, end joke here. I hope you had a good time watching and critiquing some of the levels with me. So I'm going to sign off for the night. So thanks for sticking around. And I'll see you tomorrow for more MaGMML3 Tier 5. Thank you, and goodbye.